this track.
Yes, bars over bodies where it really ain't a trend. Breaking down all the women in the ring with the pen. At the top of the league, we ain't focused on the men. Hey, we reppin' all the queens with hip hop, watch how it blend. Yeah, it's bars over bodies, it's deeper than what they win. We talking top rope, clothesline, moves all in the air. We talking body slam, suplex, throwing steel chair. Hey, it's lyrics with the legends and the culture, this is real.
What's good, y'all? I am your girl, Micah Misfit, and this is Bars Over Bodies, where we combine women's wrestling with hip-hop, with the culture, give it something different, something new, a flair, authenticity. Now today, I know I say this so much. This is my favorite episode. This is. Why? Because we're kicking it. We're having a good time. We're about to talk about my girls, maybe your girls. Micah, who are the girls? I don't know. They call themselves the Big Three. Woo! Who is the Big Three, Mike? Are you saying they're just the best three in the what? I'm saying they're a unit and they're a group and they have some impact. And they're known as Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Miss I'm on my own against the wall, Bianca Belair. Okay? We're about to tell a story here. We're going to go over what I consider the best storyline in 2025. Some may say just the best women's. It was the best storyline in general to me. It was giving a lot of what we needed. And today, I'm naming this episode, The Big Three was the best storyline in women's wrestling. So why did it end like that? Yeah, that's the question that needs answers. Because the level of build to where we are now, it hurts. It really hurts. But I'm also going to break down some things as to why I even call this the best storyline. Because if I'm going to say something like that, something that big, I got to have some receipts to back it up, right? People love the facts, right? Facts over feelings, right? Here's my criteria today. It's storytelling consistency, character development, performance, including the matches and their presence, mic work and promos, and fan engagement, and dare I say they already won it, cultural impact. Come on. Yeah. So today, we're going to go from where the storyline actually starts, because that's the thing. I'm such a fan of the Big Three, I know things y'all might have even forgot, may have never even known, but I'm going to spill that tea today. We're about to get into it. So this particular episode is really a conversation. We're just hanging out. We're just talking about one of the best groups that ever exists in WWE, okay? Very casual. But let's start from the very beginning. And no, I'm not talking about Jade just walking into WWE. No, it's before that. It's when Jade is announced to possibly. No, actually, you know what? It's before that. It is actually when Naomi and Jade form a friendship. Yeah, they were friends before Jade came into WWE. They're hanging out at the basketball game, chilling. You even see them at Wale Mania. And this is when Jade has the TBS title, okay? We're going back here. That was her friend. That's very important for where this story is going to go, okay? But we're setting it there. Jade and Naomi were friends. When now Jade comes onto the program, we see the incredible promos they were doing. Her and Charlotte Flair, her and Rhea Ripley. Obviously, I thought Charlotte was going to fight her this year, but that's neither here nor there. That's not this episode. Anyway, Jade comes on, makes her debut. Where was her debut? It was Royal Rumble 2024. She walks in. She's looking strong. What do we have? What's that iconic moment that we get for Royal Rumble that year? It's Jade and Bianca, strong, picking up the girls, dropping them, and then looking at each other. Sizing each other up, like, okay, what you on? Oh, okay, that was kind of hard. Yeah, that was cool. All right, we have that first moment. And us as fans, we're going, this is it. Get my booking together now. What? Talk about a fantasy booking. It was incredible, okay? Loved it. Well, now as we progress, getting closer to Mania, you see Jade coming to save Naomi and Bianca a lot of the time when they're getting into these disputes, these fights with other girls, okay? Jade is showing, hey, I'm here. I'm y'all's friend. I'm looking out for y'all. I want to be here. Amazing, right? Let's move a little faster forward. WrestleMania, iconic entrance. You already heard me go in on that entrance. Iconic. You see the three of them. Very powerful ladies. It was great. They do their press conference afterwards. The best of friends. They're all proud of Jade being here. They Naomi and Bianca want to, help out Jade. Jade is humble. Jade is so grateful to be around such talented, legendary people in this industry who really have an impact. They're all really enjoying each other's company, understanding how powerful it is that it's these three talented Black women together. Well, let's move forward a little bit more, okay? We get to a very important place where Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair become tag team partners. Now, this is when we're really kicking it into gear, right? Because now we've gone from us having the trio all together. And tell me in the comments if this trio reminds y'all more of a Destiny's Child or a TLC. Because I'm leaning more towards TLC because they were all pretty much stars in their own right. But for the life of me, I can't think of which lady would be which. I don't know. Bianca's giving me chili right now. Naomi T-Boz. Jade Left Eye. But then it's like, wait a minute. Jade is too chill. So then you go, okay, well, Jade got to be T-Boz. And maybe Naomi's Left Eye because she been going kind of, we going to get there. But yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that actually right now. Bianca is chili. Jade is T-Boz. And Naomi going to be, I was about to say crazy eyes. It's going to be Left Eye. Okay. But moving on. We went from the trio. Now it's two. We've removed Naomi from the group. She's still around. She's still affiliated. She's still in the mix. She's still loving the girl. She's still having her own thing over there. But it's the Jade and Bianca show now, okay? Because guess what they get? They get that gold. They get them belts. They get those belts, okay? And have we seen Naomi in a tag? Have we seen Bianca in a tag team like that? No, not really. Again, did people argue that this might have hurt Bianca in a way? Sure, maybe singles. I always say that. Maybe in a singles realm, but culturally, it was more impactful for them to be together than them doing separate things. And we all know Bianca was there to help Jade develop those skills. Okay, we already knew what time it was. So we proceed. They're fighting. They're defending the belts. They're winning most of the time. They were taking some pretty tough L's. I'm not going to lie. I said, dang, they're going to really take the belts off of them like that? I didn't know that's how it's going to go. I'm new to this. But yes, we're having some good title defenses. We get to a point, though, where the belts are lost, okay? But this is when it's going to get interesting, okay? And that's besides the point. This is when it's about to get interesting. Well, Jade minding her business. Now we're going to start with Bianca. Bianca minding her business being in a match, okay? She's fighting. She's trying to get a spot. Oh my gosh, I can't even think of what it was I think it was for Queen of the Ring. I think that's what it was. She was trying to qualify for Queen of the Ring. And then you see on the big screen behind her, it looked like Jade. It's Jade in the red bottom bloody shoes with her legs like this. Why they do her legs like that? Y'all, was it necessary for Jade's legs to be like that on that cover? That was childish. But you see Jade is on the card. She looks like she's left for dead. Her eyes aren't open. She's not moving. Everybody's scared. This is important. Bianca looks at the match, looks at the screen. Looks at the match, looks at the screen, wants to look at the match. She turns and goes towards the screen to her friend, okay? Which shows Bianca's priority is the collective, is her friendship, is her relationships, more than winning a competition. And she's the EST. She's the best. But think about it. She cares more about Jade than getting to qualify for any type of match. Now I'm wondering, was that Queen of the... We'll get there. But yes, okay. So she runs out there. You see the ambulance. She's like, what happened? Here go Naomi. I don't know, girl. I done just got here. It's looking crazy. Yeah, a couple people at the ambulance. We're like, oh my gosh. They done really left Jade for dead. She is gone. And I'm not saying gone. She came back next week. No, Jade was gone for months. Now in this time, Bianca wants to defend these belts, wants to keep these belts. Because at the end of the day, Bianca Belair is the EST still. She is still the best. She still wants the gold. The gold in Bianca... what did I say in my song? Got Bianca with the hair and the belts. What a pair. They're tied to her. They're attached. She's supposed to have the gold, okay? She wants that gold. Naomi from nowhere being a good friend, she said, you know what, girl? I'll help you keep the gold. I'll fight with you. You know, I'll wrestle with you. And Bianca's thrilled. She's like, okay, my girl is here going to have my back. She even tries to give Naomi the belt. She said, no, girl, I want to work for it first. I said, okay, Naomi's showing respect. She's showing care. She's showing dedication. But here's the thing. Where's Jade in this whole mix? Every week you'll see a little promo. Who is it? The people interviewing or whatever. Hey, what's going on with Jade? At first, remember the first time Bianca said, it's rough. It's looking rough. She had an answer pretty much. They got to that next week and the next week and the next week. Bianca ain't have nobody's answers. Bianca said, Jade didn't stop talking to us. I don't even know. She's leaning on Naomi, which think about it in hindsight, because Naomi was Jade's friend first. So Bianca is leaning on Naomi. Hey, have you heard from Jade? Have you? Here go Naomi. No, girl, have you? This is crazy. Okay, we're both concerned. But for some reason, it seems like Bianca's a bit more concerned than Naomi. Because if you really pay attention, it's Bianca typically initiating that conversation. Naomi doesn't bring up Jade unless she's asked about her. And even then, as smiley as she wants to be with this glow, it's giving dismissive. I said it. It's slightly dismissive. You have to really pay attention to it, okay? But we keep progressing. We keep moving. Bianca's still concerned, but what else does Bianca love? That gold. She's still trying to fight for that belt, okay? We get to a point, they lose the belt, and we've all seen the mess of the title run since then. I know they're trying to build them up, but ain't never going to be no champions like when the big three had them belts, okay? But yes, okay. We're moving on. We see a return. Actually, you know what's crazy? I'm trying to think, is it the video or the return first? I'm going to say actually it was the video. I want to say that, and if I'm wrong, but it's okay if it's out of order for this part. It doesn't matter the order necessarily, it just matters that it happened. So Jade comes with a video on X, on Twitter, where she's covered in blood. She looks like Carrie. Y'all ever seen the scary movie Carrie? She looks like Carrie. And she's pretty much saying, I'm surrounded by wolves in sheep's clothing. Who is she talking about? Because at that time, it just seems like it's a shot at everybody in the locker room, in the industry. That's that weird moment where Chelsea said, imagine being on the couch and you get called a sheep and wolves, or a wolf in sheep's. I said, Chelsea, this isn't your storyline. Leave Jade alone. You do not want that smoke. Okay, but moving on. It was kind of like a shot Jade did at the locker room, but we don't know who it's specifically aimed at. That's what keeps it interesting, though, because okay, Jade's kind of back, but I ain't seen her on the show. Okay. Well, we get to the place where we set this thing off, and that is Elimination Chamber. Okay, we still don't know where Jade is. We get to Elimination Chamber. It's Liv Morgan and Naomi starting it out, okay? They want to lock the cages. The cage is not locked yet because what you hear? A storm is coming. Jade is back. And she's looking strong like the Terminator. She looks like, I don't know, it's beyond a fresh pump. I don't even know, it's a monster. I don't know. But anyway, she comes through strong. That's when we see her going towards Liv. Liv is scared, as Liv should be. What would y'all do if y'all saw somebody looking 6'3", buffed up, coming at y'all? You look like Liv. I feel you, Liv. But Jade makes that turn and goes to Naomi and starts attacking her. And that's when this all goes to another level. All right, y'all. We done got to it with Jade beating up Naomi. And I have to really go into this type of beat up. It seemed like it was multiple people jumping. No, actually. The people jumping her were Jade, her left bicep, her right bicep, and her muscular leg. It was so bad. And I was just watching Busted Open podcast with Mark Henry when Jade was on there promoting for SummerSlam. Mark Henry said, did she give it back to you? She said, no, I took it. And they were like, what you talking about? Mark is saying she was beating Naomi like she stole something. And he said, did she give it back? No, I took it. That's a scary girl. Beware, y'all. But anyway, okay. So Jade is doing crazy stuff. She does the best bicycle kick of her career into that little plaster window, whatever that thing that was keeping them in. She's slamming the gate into Naomi's head. I mean, she's giving it to her. But who on the side giving it to us more? It's the EST Bianca Bell actress banging on the wall. Let her out. Let her out. They won't let her. But guess what? after Jade does what she does to Naomi on the stretcher, what did Jade do? Jade walked out like it never happened. That's the booking of Jade. If y'all ever needed assistance, WWE, they ain't never asked for my help, but y'all should. If y'all ever needed assistance with the booking of Jade Cargill, playback, Elimination Chamber, 2025. That's the Jade Cargill the people want and need and deserve. Moving on, though. Cinematically, right? Because this is a movie now. This is when WWE says we're going to turn this into a real movie, and I'm grateful that it happened. Naomi is on the stretcher. She's been taken out. Jade is all the way in the back. Bianca's lost and confused. She crying. She having a breakdown. Then guess what they do? They have all the pies. They go, who's going to come out number one? They make it Bianca. Bianca got to be the first one to try to fight after this. What does Bianca do? Of course, she's running to the steel staircase that's magically now all the way closed, but couldn't be when Jade was coming through anyway. She's making on the cage. Let me out. Let me out. They're not letting her out. But guess who said, oh, you want to get out? I'll eliminate you then. Liv pulled that ponytail. Liv is a menace. Liv pulled that ponytail. You know what happens. They get to fighting. And then the outcome is Bianca, belle actress. Bianca, the best. The roughest, the toughest, the strongest. Okay, let me calm down. I just really miss her. Anyway, Bianca comes out the winner. It's a 2-time Elimination Chamber winner. What? It's incredible. But we can't really enjoy it like we want to, can we, Bianca? No, because you just watched your friend Jade try to kill Naomi live on television before your match, and you still made it where you're a winner. So she gets to the interview afterwards, right? The post show. It's oh my gosh, Rosenberg and E and I can't even think of the other guy's name. But anyway, they're interviewing her. They're like, congrats on your win, but what in the world was that? Did you see Jade was gonna do that? Bianca says very important things here. She said, Naomi's not the type of person to do that. She was concerned too with Jade. I'm leaning on her. She's telling me, the answers. And then she said, and Jade's not even talking to us. I don't even know why Jade would do that. Bianca wants us to know she's confused. She hasn't picked a side. What's the side? She on her, what's the song say? I'm on my own against the wall. Right there, it's showing us. She doesn't know what to believe. She's confused. She's trying to balance it. It's a lot, all right? We've entered now. We're really in WrestleMania season. This is when we see Bianca's life just, who would have thought it in with a broken finger? That's besides the point, though. Moving on. And this is where it's going to get so good. I'm going to put on my glasses. And I know y'all are going, Micah, why are you putting on your glasses? You're not reading anything. Because I'm about to read the situation. Ha! All right. So, let me get serious. Okay. So this next week is when this becomes Oscar-worthy storytelling. I don't care what nobody says it was Oscar-worthy. We get next week. Where are we? We're in Philadelphia. Did they deserve this? No, they didn't, because y'all weren't giving the people what we needed in the crowd. These ladies were killing. I deserve to be there. Anyway, you get Bianca. She comes out in the all black. Bianca in the all black lets us know this is the death of something symbolically, but we don't know what has died yet. At first, I'm like, dang, is it Bianca's hope? Is it her hope for the future? Is that what died? But she walks in, okay? She gives us her fantastic promo. She's saying, Jade's not talking to me. Naomi's not responding. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to focus on WrestleMania so I could win. She's hurt, okay? And had the nerve to come into with the shades on. I said, now, Bianca, the shades, is this a funeral? Because the black was one thing. The shades was crazy. So she goes, Naomi, speak for yourself. Come out here. Naomi comes out. Just when I thought Bianca was doing the most, Naomi got a blinged out black neck brace. How are you so injured but got the time to bling out your neck brace? Okay, priorities. Here we are. They're looking fantastic. Naomi having the black on too, that's reassurance. Now we have double proof. Oh, something's about to die here. It's the end of something here. Bianca does it. Naomi, what's going on? Naomi's like, hey, B, don't let this stuff get between us. It's not what you think. Bianca's like, it's got to be something. I mean, why would Jade attack you? Like, did you hurt Jade? Naomi's like, yo, Bianca, chill. Come on, girl. It's not even. I said, oh, who's going to get. Naomi got heel of the year. Guess who about to get gaslighter of the year? Naomi, too. Because that was the craziest gaslighting. And Bianca's just like, Naomi, stop. Like, you're trying to do all this talking and running around. You're trying to confuse me. Did you hurt Jade? That's when the heel turns, the notch to start. The heel turn starts. And Naomi does, the iconic, Jade, Jade, Jade. Is that all you care about? Jade? That's what you want to know? And Bianca's like, yeah, that's what I'm asking. Just please tell me. And she's like, I'm laughing because Naomi is just about to be a nasty reading type of girl. She said, you know what? I don't really like Jade. That's what she's pretty much trying to say. She said, but I didn't want to tell her. I didn't want to hurt her little feelings. That's what she called them. She called them little feelings. She said, I didn't want to hurt her little feelings. But the truth is, this should have been you and me, Bianca. We shouldn't even had no Jade in this picture. Jade ain't even here for you. Jade is not here for you. I am. She's trying to tell her something about Jade. I go, whoa. Is Jade the heel? Because Jade was the face at the, Naomi's confusing us a little bit. So that's when Bianca finally says, Trin, stop. Oh, she says Trinity. That's her real name. Kayfabe, reality. They've done it from the start in this storyline. They've been mixing the reality and the fake all. It's amazing. So finally she goes, did you do this, Naomi? Naomi sheds that iconic tear because she is a real actress in these streets. And she says, I did it, B. I did it for you. I did it for us. It was always supposed to be me and you. Let's park it. Should it have always been them? Probably. They look pretty great as a tag team, in my opinion. They had been in this game for a minute. Probably should have been them, in all honesty. But Jade came with that star power. That's just kind of how it was going in the industry. But Naomi was, she was making some interesting points. But Bianca said, I can't even look at you. What this is done. Bianca didn't even want to hear no more. Naomi trying to explain herself. Bianca said, you done tried to kill our friend. It's all I needed to know. You said yes, it's all I needed to know. She didn't want no explanation. Here go Bianca, leaving. What does Naomi do? She's giving us that promo every time I try to stand up for myself. I try to lock in. Y'all turn against me. Like you're doing, Bianca. You ungrateful And that's what set it off. Bianca had the snot, the tears. Shout out to you, Bianca, really acting. Looks back at Naomi. You hear a storm is coming. Y'all know how it's going down. Jade in the all white, looking like Storm with the hair flowing, covered in the blood. It's that blood that Naomi left her in to die. She now has the blood on her body. She comes out. Her and Bianca do that exchange. These exchanges between Jade and Bianca are very important because they don't happen that often. But they say a lot with the way their eyes are and the body movements. This is one of those moments where they look at each other. And Bianca signals to Jade, go ahead. She gave Jade the okay. She did not command Jade to do it, but she gave Jade the okay. We all saw that on camera. Jade does it, handles what she has to do, puts Naomi in that jaded. Naomi does iconically, Bianca! Jaded. It was a wrap, okay? Now we've started the feud between Jade and Naomi specifically. As y'all know, they're going to go back and forth. Naomi's going to get pretty jobbed out in this situation. We know that story, okay? We're going to get some good matches, and I really do believe Naomi brings out the best in Jade. Maybe because of the history they have, who knows? But she really brings out the best in Jade, okay? Well, after this whole ordeal, even with Jade, going against Naomi, Jade's still not talking to Bianca. That's a big, important part of this story. She's still not friends with Bianca. And this is discovered when we get on Twitter. Now, Twitter's where the real tea is. If y'all are real wrestling fans and y'all like the promos and the drama, get on X. It's all there. So, it starts with fans asking Jade some questions. And they said, Jade, why didn't you tell Bianca? You knew it was Naomi. Why didn't you tell Bianca? She said, because I was always closer to Naomi. I didn't trust Bianca. Whoa. That's a plot twist for people who weren't really following from the beginning. To most, it seems Jade and Bianca were together all the time. How could she be closer to Naomi? Because outside of work, they're bringing that in. Remember from the beginning, they're at WrestleMania, they're at the basketball game. Technically, she was closer to Naomi. Now, did she have to say it on the internet like that? She didn't have to say it like that. She kind of said it real dismissive. So what did Bianca do? Bianca said, oh, you're closer to Naomi. Look how far that got you. And had the nerve to post the picture with the crime scene in the body position of Jade on the car. That was evil, Bianca. That was really mean. But that's clearly because her feelings were hurt. And after that happened, that's when Jade, being who Jade is, said, I wasn't even really trying to come for you like that, but if you want some smoke, you could get it too. Jade aggressive. Bianca said, absolutely not. I don't want this type of heat. What happened at that point? Bianca said, I'm trying to focus on WrestleMania and they want to crash out. I will not crash out. I will not crash. Bianca knew to bow out of that Twitter beef because Jade is lethal, Naomi's lethal. Let them lethal girls be over there. Bianca, you go ahead and focus on WrestleMania. Okay, so we have that exchange. Again, when we're getting to WrestleMania, you have the promo with Bianca and Rhea and Io, where Rhea pokes at Bianca and says, you're over here focused on this when you should have been focused on your friendship with Naomi and Jade. Woo! Shots fired, okay? It was a really good shot. Obviously, it hurt Bianca because she is trying to balance it all. Not only does Bianca not have no friends, Bianca ain't got no gold. Y'all know she don't know how to act without no gold around her waist. She got to deal with the boos. They being racist. It was a horrible time for Bianca last year. I don't know if anybody really peeps that. It was a bad time, okay? But we get to that moment where obviously we're going to have that iconic, legendary, first non-title match, women's singles in 20 years of WrestleMania, Jade and Naomi. Shout out to them. But that night before the match, we have that in-ring moment where Bianca's doing that promo with Rhea. It's a lot of famous girls. I can't remember all of them who are even on there right now. But she has that promo, and that's when Naomi and Jade are both in the ring with her. Because Naomi first came with that crazy caution tape. Y'all remember that tape was everywhere. I said, Naomi is losing it. It was hilarious. Loved it. And she's like, B, I've been texting you, and I know you got my message because it said delivered. She said delivered. She wanted us to feel that one. And Bianca said, this is WrestleMania. I got a match. We're not doing this. I said what I said and I meant it. We're not friends. Naomi's hurt. She gets in the ring. Who else comes? Jade. This is the first time we literally see Bianca in the middle of Jade and Naomi. Literally. So what does Bianca do? She tries to stop both of them from fighting each other. Naomi doesn't care because she done already turned evil. She just on something. She on demon time. But Jade, that truly hurts Jade. Jade literally goes, you're going to choose her over me? Really? Really? That solidifies it. That solidifies Jade and Bianca ain't no friends no time soon. Bianca and Jade were not. That's all that had to happen. That's all Jade had to see. Obviously, Jade and Naomi, they fight and Bianca moves out the way. Okay. So we have that there. Of course, Jade wins at WrestleMania. We're moving. But here's the thing where the storyline has a drastic, dramatic halt. It's when the EST lose her finger. Let me not say that. Lord forgive me. Not lose her finger, because that's what I heard a rumor about. She didn't lose her finger. She got her finger, okay? It's just injured. But that's when Bianca injures her finger at WrestleMania. And now she's out. And we're left with just 2 out of the 3 members of the big 3, which means there's a shift that has to come. Now you have Naomi and Jade having separate accomplishments because we've already done them against each other. You have Jade get to win Queen of the Ring. You have Naomi, Money in the Bank. We did have a really great moment for Evolution where Bianca, she looked beautiful. She came back and she was the referee for the match. I will say this in that match, and I could be reaching. When I looked at Bianca checking on the ladies, Naomi and Jade, when they were fighting each other in that no-holds-barred match, it did seem that Bianca was paying more attention to Jade. Bianca was checking on Jade more than she was checking on Naomi. It is what it is. I don't know. I think that says a lot because even her giving, Jade the okay to move along when she was, going to attack Naomi. There seems to be something with the dynamic where maybe because Bianca does see Jade as the victim, she tends to be a little more Jade leaning, okay? Well, then we have the last moment, really, that we see them all together on this screen, and that's when Bianca comes, for her hometown, Knoxville, with the cast on the finger still. And that's when her and Naomi have that back and forth where Naomi's saying, you know, B, I know we done been through a lot. I know I went off the rails. I'm thinking, off the rails? You tried to kill Jade. That's called off the rails? And Bianca's looking at her like just crazy. Like, what are you talking about? That's when Naomi goes, you know, and I went in your house and you weren't home, but I looked in your photo. There's an old thing WWE used to do where they would have literally shown us Naomi going into Bianca's house and like the madness that was. That's all I wish they would have done, because to me, that still did compete with the promo where she called Bianca the B word. I think that was just as great of a promo. And what do we have again? Beautiful formula. Jade enters, a storm is coming, fighting Naomi. Like, it was just great. And now that I say that, I feel like I've said some things a little out of order, but that's not the point. The point is the full story, all of these events happening, okay? But yes, that was a very iconic, last time seeing them, because the last thing we were left with really was Bianca and Jade making that eye contact one final time. We didn't know that would be the final time, but that one final time where now Jade looks like I could square up on you, Bianca. To me, that's what it looked like. She looked very serious, like, what you gonna do? Bianca looked very, like, nervous, kind of like, what you gonna do? Like, that was the last time we really got to see that face off, because then what else happens? Then Naomi gets pregnant. We done lost 2 out of the 3 members. What's that giving? It's giving solo career. It's giving Jade got to be Beyonce now. She got to be the main one. With this story, I guess the thing that really gets me is that, you know, I always say it was 3 talented, strong, beautiful Black women all together having a storyline that really made sense, that was being carried, that was impactful, a good storyline. I mean, we got an amazing heel turn out of it. It allowed Jade to improve her skills. They could intertwine it with, the stress of Bianca going into WrestleMania. I mean, it was so dynamic. I mean, who wrote that? Triple H? Did you write that? Because if you can give me this, you should be giving me that. You know, you should be giving me more if you could give me that. That was next level. And honestly, I think we could have recovered with the big 3 if Bianca would have returned quicker. I think WWE really did think she was going to return from that injury sooner than she did, because yes, Naomi was out, but we really could have got that Bianca and Jade back and forth interactions, because that's some real unresolved tension. We've seen the real promos back and forth with Bianca and Naomi, back and forth with Jade and Naomi. We had never seen it with Jade and Bianca. That's the missing piece. We could really, if they want to fix this, when Bianca comes back, not saying that just has to start as an immediate focus. We have to plant some more seeds in the ground, because the clock is ticking, okay? We're still in a good enough time frame for it to still make sense with the transition of Bianca coming back and getting her to Jade. But yeah, the 2 ladies, Bianca and Naomi, leaving, I mean, wow, what an abrupt switch. I mean, seriously, you could tell WWE was so focused on that storyline and the beauty and genius that it was. Every time a piece fell, it got worse and worse. Now we get to Jade by herself, and they don't go, we're going to put all our genius strength that we were spreading for 3 girls into 1. No, they said, we're going to give Jade the worst title run we ever could. Y'all know that's not a good title run right now, my poor girl, but it's okay. We getting there. Hopefully WrestleMania, it'll be better. But yeah, we obviously can tell that they thought Bianca was going to come back sooner and help Jade out with that title run and elevate that bad boy. But again, we did not know Bianca was going to be out this long, because is she even going to return at WrestleMania? We don't know. But for me, that's the key to salvaging this. As soon as Bianca comes back, we have to put her in the storyline with Jade. I'm not saying it has to be drastic, dramatic, but we need to get the storyline going. Do I have ideas of how she could re-enter at WrestleMania? Yes, but I'll save that for another episode I'm doing regarding the title runs in general. I won't focus on that too much. But that is the key, is including easing Bianca back in, I mean, as soon as she gets back. Because I'm sorry, y'all, the more time apart from this storyline, the harder I think it's going to be to make it make sense and get back together. That's just how I see it. Naomi's going to clearly, she done just had her baby. Naomi can ease back in there too. I refuse to believe the big 3 is dead. I refuse to give up hope on the big three. They've got to come back. This was the best storyline we had in the women's division. Maybe even the whole show. It's necessary, okay? It's necessary. But yes, y'all, I really wanted to do this episode because it's more fun and lighthearted. It makes me think of a time where the storylines were giving. Right now with WWE, the storylines aren't as good as they should be or could be. So sometimes it's nice to reminisce on a time where I was truly invested in the storyline. Think about moments where I got to not only see all these people shine together as the big three, they each got to have their own separate shine. You know, Bianca, Elimination Chamber winner, wins the award Best Match of the Year with the Triple Threat at Mania. Jade, Queen of the Ring. Naomi, Women's Champion for Raw. It was a very cool thing. I just wish that now that we've had the group, celebrations or accomplishments with the gold, separate accomplishments, can we now come back and have some fun? That's what I was hoping for, but it didn't happen like that. But if WWE knows what's good for them, as soon as Bianca and Naomi are cleared, we better jump right into this big three storyline. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Y'all let me know. But yeah, y'all, I'm going to wrap up the episode there. I'd love for y'all to tell me in the comments, how you think the big three could even come back together. Your favorite moments of the big three when they were together. Your favorite solo moments of the ladies. Any interactions. Anything funny you saw on X, because that was a good time back then. And yeah, I just like talking about these ladies. They're my favorite, and I know they're some of y'all's favorites too. But yeah, if you have made it to the end of this episode, I'm truly grateful. I appreciate you so much. Please feel free to subscribe. Please feel free, like I said, to comment, like everything. Follow me on social media at Micah Misfit on Instagram, at Micah Misfit on X, Twitter, at Micah Misfit 8 on TikTok. And we have some really cool things coming, y'all. As y'all know, the Real Deal hat, the merch is out right now. Locker Room Talk is streaming right now. Of course, I'm having more music coming. We're just keeping it fun, all right? But yes, y'all, it has been a pleasure. This is Bars Over Bodies, and I will catch y'all next time.
Ain't been in it for a minute, but I'm back now. Steady seeing haters who just questioning my background. I only speak facts, I ain't got nothing to cap out. It's like I'm in a figure 8 and I don't ever tap out. Had to do a show, really breaking down the women. They done came a long way, I seen it from the beginning. The Elise go hard, you can't doubt that they winning. Making legends, yeah, it's saying that we carry the division.